Welcome to the deep dive. You know, most modern industrial plants, they're just drowning in data. But on the shop floor, well, paper clipboards still rule and machines still mysteriously fail. Today, we're extracting the core insights from Johan Nortje's book, Asset Performance Management.
Yeah, it's a really important one. We're breaking down his 5-step performance management framework to see how it, actually changes behavior in a real plant.
Right. Okay, let's unpack this because, I mean, collecting data is easy, right? But getting it to drive actual action is incredibly rare.
Exactly. It's the gap between hoping your asset management is working and, well, knowing it is. Nortje closes that gap with a 5-step engine. So it goes define metrics, set targets, measure, report, and finally analyze and improve.
Okay, but that entire engine stalls at step 3 if you don't automate, right?
Oh, 100%. The measure step is where everything just falls apart.
Yeah, that measure step is definitely where I see the disconnect. Rely on an operator to manually write downtime is, it's like trying to count calories from memory on a Sunday night.
That is such a good analogy. You're only going to remember the good stuff.
Exactly. And usually the exact moment you're too busy to log the data is, well, when the system is actually breaking down.
Yeah, the clipboard is always the first casualty of a plant crisis. That's why pulling data straight from the machinery sensors, like the SCADA system, and your business management software, the ERP, it's not just a nice to have, it's a mandate.
Because automated systems don't panic or forget.
Right, but if we just plug a fire hose of automated data into the system, we run into the opposite problem.
Overwhelming the floor operators, yeah. Because if a site foreman is staring at a dashboard with 50 different numbers, they just aren't going to fix anything.
Which is exactly why we have to separate measures, metrics, and KPIs.
Yeah.
People treat these as synonyms, and, well, that causes systemic failures.
I mean, when you confuse them, you end up with teams staring at red numbers without actually knowing what action to take.
Right. So a measure is just a raw fact, like 42 hours of downtime. A metric makes it a ratio, so downtime as a percentage of total calendar time.
Got it. But a KPI, a key performance indicator, is entirely different, right? So what does this all mean for the boots on the ground, like a site foreman?
Well, a true KPI is tied to a specific target and triggers a named, predetermined response when it deviates. It's the alarm bell that tells a specific person exactly what to do.
Oh, so for a site foreman, high-level financial ratios are just totally useless. They need to see daily schedule compliance or work order backlog.
Exactly. Maybe 15 to 25 highly specific KPIs so they can physically walk over to an asset group and course correct before Friday.
That makes total sense. Let's apply that level of precision to find hidden production losses using Nortje's standard time model.
Yeah, let's picture a continuous process mill. In a standard 744-hour month, the maintenance team reports a 90.1% engineering availability. So on paper, they're crushing it.
Wait, here's where it gets really interesting. If the maintenance team is celebrating 90% availability, why is the plant's overall utilization only 82.3%?
That is the million-dollar question.
Right. Where is that missing time actually going?
That 7.8% gap, which is nearly 58 hours of lost time, is hiding in plain sight as operational loss. It's the standby time, shift handover delays, or, minor operator stops.
Oh, wow. So the beauty of the standard time model is it eliminates those classic interdepartmental arguments.
Yes. By proving exactly who owns that missing time, every single hour is forced into exactly one bucket. You can't hide 58 hours of operational delay behind a great maintenance score anymore.
So if the foremen are using that granular daily data to fix the shift handovers and minor stops, the executives clearly shouldn't be micromanaging those same 58 hours.
Absolutely not. They need a completely different lens on this same automated data to drive structural improvement. What's fascinating here is that executives should only look at 5 to 8 aggregated KPIs.
And they should look at them quarterly, right?
Right. They need to monitor strategic mechanisms like OEE, overall equipment effectiveness. By comparing current target OEE against maximum OEE, executives instantly see latent, untapped capacity.
Essentially, how much more product they could push through the exact same machines if everything ran perfectly.
Exactly. And if they don't look at it that way, they risk cheering for a quarterly production win while their machines are silently burning out.
Yeah, strong immediate performance can completely mask a decaying, reactive maintenance culture until the bottom drops out.
The numbers might look green today, but you're cannibalizing tomorrow's capacity to get there. The OEE metric forces you to see the true structural health of the plant.
It all comes down to the idea that the true test of any dashboard is simply whether it drives a decision. If the number doesn't tell someone what to do, it's just noise.
Completely agree.
But looking at how the standard time model perfectly categorizes every minute, it leaves you with a lingering question. If an automated KPI system flawlessly tracks and optimizes every single second of lost time, does that hyper-efficiency risk eliminating the human slack required for creative problem-solving and innovation on the shop floor? Something for you to mull over. Catch you on the next deep dive.